Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1 spot. And for Memphis, Edey out there with Jackson. Then it's Santi Aldama. Then there's Smart, and it's Pippen in at the point guard position. And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Aldama. Oh, good on the triple. Jackson against McDaniel. Here's Randle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Clark, in terms of young superstars, it doesn't get much better than Anthony Edwards.
Amen to that, partner. Every franchise wants a franchise player. Minnesota, I think, hit the jackpot drafting Edwards first overall back in 2021. Last year, we saw Ant-Man take it to another level, making his first of what I think will be many All-NBA teams.
He misses the free throw. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
And the second free throw, good.
And, you know, the impressive ascension of Randle has been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, he's a double-double threat who plays with relentless energy.
Now here's Pippen. Outside, Smart. Pippen sets a screen for Smart. High post, Jackson. Count it.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
Yeah, and last year they had major trouble with these guys. I'm not sure how it happened, but they didn't win a single game against them.
Yeah, extremely embarrassing. I mean, a team that, by all rights, shouldn't have won a single game took them all. You know that's in their heads as they take the court tonight, for sure.
3 on the clock. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. And slam dunk by Smart.
Oh, that was ferocious, man. It's Smart fun to watch when he's attacking.
Now here is Conley. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Randle against Jackson. McDaniels kicks to Randle. Over Jackson. Randle no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Pippen against Conley. Right side, Pippen. Over to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Edey. Memphis moving that ball around. That 3 off the mark. Well, for Memphis, their last game, a loss to the Golden State Warriors. Conley with a wide open look. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Slick move that time by Conley with the rock, carving out some space for himself to get the hoop.
And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. And as outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Grizzlies making a switch here. Wells is checked in. And with this chance, we can show you the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Those are the season's top shot blocking teams. Second, the Grizzlies.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Now here's Randall. Last game, 26 points. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Pippen over Randall. Randall with the block.
Well, you can't go up weak against Randall, otherwise he's going to block it.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. Goes back up. A rebound by the Timberwolves. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, you know, the defense had no answer for him. To do that kind of damage on the road, impressive.
Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
Boy, I like the fact that's intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be in their face all night long.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Well, Kevin, Coach Taylor Jenkins gave me a few minutes to catch up. Their team's main focus tonight, well, it starts with All-Star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical, we have to throw multiple bodies at him. It's got to be a team effort to keep Edwards in check. An ambitious game plan. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
And so it's Memphis with it after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. It's stolen by Randall. 1:56 left in the first quarter. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistleblower. Anthony Edwards is a classic two-guard, Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Conjar comes in for Jackson, and it's Kennard in for Pippen. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And through this early portion, Greg, of the season, we've had our fair share of surprises.
Yeah, it's fun to see the preseason predictions go up in flames, right? Every year it feels like we have at least one team that overachieves and shocks us all.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game.
You can't allow Reed to get that kind of positioning. He's got great touch down there.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Aldama. Back to Kennard. There's a screen by Aldama. With the drive, Kennard, the pass to Aldama. Just 5 to shoot to end the run. Kennard's shot is off.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Outside Edwards. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. That shot off. Now here's Wells. Defended by Alexander Walker. And again, Memphis no good.
and that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Kennard. They really needed more from him in that loss to Golden State. And there's the drive. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Timberwolves lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Minnesota leading by 3. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Joe Ingles is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Reed. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Edwards in at the 2. The Grizzlies shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run. Third in rebounding, and they're ranked third in assists. You can see they have the talent and court vision, but also guys are really finishing.
And you brought up their ranking in blocks. They commit those big bodies down low, Greg, and don't let any shot go unchallenged inside. The first free throw is good. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Now here's Smart. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. Smart kicks to Wells. Clock at 2. The shot from 20 feet away. And that one's good. Laravia's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies. DiVincenzo against Smart. Picked by Reed. Here's Ingles. Sinks that one from the post. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. Mike Conley comes in for Alexander Walker. Memphis moving it around. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Kennard, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. The Timberwolves have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Reed with a screen on Kennard. Conley kicks to Edwards. The muscle from Edwards.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I can use to describe it. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
The first one falls. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Wells, he's checked in for Kennard. Both free throws good from Jackson.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Randall outside. Back to Conley. It's rebounded by Memphis. Conjar with it. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Laravia. Jackson a screen on Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Laravia passes to Conjar. From deep three-point land. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Thursday, they'll tip off a road trip in Toronto where they'll take on the Raptors.
And for the matchup with the Rockets, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Minnesota. Pass to Randall. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Randall's got 5 now.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Here's Pippen, following the basket by Julius Randle. Pippen, the pass to Smart. Down low, Jackson. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game.
What agility there. Look how quick Jackson moves after setting the screen. Perfect execution.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. DiVincenzo against Smart. Pass to Pippen. From outside the arc.
McDaniels is perhaps the best wing defender in the league, guys, showing us why right there.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now here's Jackson. 9 points in the game so far. Aldama passes to Jackson. Pippen against Conley. From 12 feet out. Pippen can't hit.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And the 3 ball is good. McDaniels got the lead up to 5 now for Minnesota.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make threes. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
"12 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Conley finds Gobert. Now Randall launches it from deep. And that one released in time, but no good. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Minnesota on top. They lead by 3. They'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far. We get to see the haves and the have-nots on this list.
A few of have-nots have really disappointed. Shaq, have I ever disappointed you?
Never on the court, Kenny, but as a broadcaster, still not sure about you.
You'll come around.
Turning our attention to that first half for the Grizzlies. They find themselves in a close one.
This game won't stay close. They continue to shoot under 40%. Move the ball, man. Create high-quality looks.
They also miss some shots they normally make, so there's that.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been a clinic out there by Jaren Jackson.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota. It's a 3-point game. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. We've got Edey. Jaren Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's Smart, and it's Pippen in at the point guard. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Minnesota leading by 3. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. And Jackson throws it down hard.
A big night for Jackson so far. He's a talented scorer and only getting better.
The Timberwolves shooting 43% from the field. Special K, we know the trade for Rudy Gobert took some time to click, but now it's looking like a great move.
Well, you know, figuring out how to play two bigs in this day and age with the way the game is played, pretty tricky, a slippery slope. And they stayed with it, to their credit, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And once they got it sorted out, Gobert was a force with his defense and his scoring out of the pick and roll. And I think one of the things undervalued in Gobert's improvement is the addition of Mike Conley. They've got a tremendous relationship, and I think Mike Conley's presence has been a real asset for Gobert as well.
Shot clock at 2, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Randle. He's getting around 20 points per, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
And that one falls for Jackson.
And you love how Jackson Jr. has responded to setbacks and injury in his career. He doesn't get discouraged, just makes him work harder.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Edwards passes to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Pippen against Conley to the right side. Here's Randle. And Pippen pulls it down. The Grizzlies trail by 4. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Pippen sets a screen for Jackson. Back to Pippen. Driving to the basket. Count it.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
And Minnesota has possession. Conley, the pass to Randle. Conley is surveying the D. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Conley just keeps producing. He's the ultimate professional.
The Timberwolves have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
First free throw is good.
And Conley's the guy that leads by example. And as a result, his teammates respect and trust him completely.
Minnesota making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Yeah, he's one of the last quintessential pure point guards. Mike Conley, steady as they come, looks for others first. He wants to make passes before he scores. He's a guy you love to have as a teammate.
Now, here's Pippen. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And he comes up with the deuce. Edwards got 5 points now this quarter.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Here's Aldama. Edwards defending. 5 on the clock. Aldama passes to Jackson. Sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got 20.
Oh, quick thinking from Jackson. When he's rising and firing fast, you know he's in the zone.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They lead by 1. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Memphis. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one, and that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
And some of what Smart gives his team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
Memphis shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses.
And no doubt he's a defensive anchor. Smart's competitive spirit, it's just contagious.
Some changes for Memphis. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Jackson. And Wells is subbed in for Pippen. That one drops. He ties it up.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Outside Edwards. Randall dishes to Edwards. Edwards, pure.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Grizzlies with some changes. Conchar comes in for Edey, and it's Kennard in for Smart. Reed, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker comes in for Edwards. .146 left in the third. Kennard against Conley. Clark a screen on Randall. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
There's 1:38 left to play in the third. To the middle. Here's Reed. He can't get that one. Some solid defense from Clark. Conley against Kennard. Pass to Conchar. Shot clock at 6. Julius Randle with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 3. Alexander Walker with the ball. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Alexander Walker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. 50 seconds left in the third. Kennard, the pass to Conchar. Here's the floater, and the layup is up and in.
Boy, they have finally found their shooting touch after a rough first half.
Here's Randall. He has 5. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Randall's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Timberwolves.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Here's Clark. Julius Randle with the rebound. Randle's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Conley. Back to Randle. Over Kennard. That's good from Randle on the assist by Conley. And now it's an 8-point Timberwolves lead. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. And we'll be right back after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Edwards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Reed. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Lock at 6. Conjar finds Clark, and Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Minnesota leading by 6. Here's DiVincenzo. Ingles with the screen for DiVincenzo. Pass to Ingles. Now Edwards. Takes a shot at the elbow, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
Here's Kennard. Anthony Edwards making his last shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Kennard with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. Pass to Wells. Shoots over Alexander Walker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
They brought the hard hats and the lunch pails with them, too. Done some great work down inside.
The free throw drops for Wells. Jackson, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. Minnesota also with the sub. Mike Conley's checked in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And Wells drops them both. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota. 6-point game. Outside Edwards. From deep. The Grizzlies pull it in. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Conjar with it inside. Here's Jackson. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 22 points for Jaren Jackson.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
Edwards slashing inside. The Grizzlies trail by 4. To the paint. Here's Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Personal foul.
And between his footwork and height, Jackson is a tough matchup for defenders. Here he takes full advantage and draws the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Some changes for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Joe Ingles, and it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. Both free throws good from Jackson.
You know, if they want to come away with the dub, I think they just need to keep knocking down these free throws.
Outside Conley. Pass to Edwards. Edwards at the rim.
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
Here's Pippen. And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. He told us, guys, I need you all to come together right now on both ends. This game is not over, and you need to go out there and take control now. We'll see how it looks coming out of the timeout. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Memphis moving it around. Here's Aldama. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 6 assists now in the game.
And that's just really good situational awareness from Smart, realizing someone was open on that possession.
Who else but Mike Conley? This guy seems to always come up in the big moments.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Smart against Edwards. Here's Jackson. Bank shot, no good.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Edwards kicks to Randle. Gobert with a screen on Smart. Edwards passes to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Gobert calling for the ball in moments like these. Big-time games under his belt.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Pass to Jackson. Outside for Pippen. Jackson setting the pick here for Pippen. Jackson in the corner. It's stolen by Randle. Down low. And the rejection by Jackson.
When that close, he's almost automatic. No wonder the defense is all over Gobert.
misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
You know, he gets there so often. Gobert would like to make these at a higher clip.
And the second of two is good. That increases their lead to 6. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Pippen, the pass to Jackson. Over Randall. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Jackson's got 15 points here in the second half. Timberwolves leading by 4. Edwards kicks to Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Five to shoot. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Pass to Conley. Back to McDaniel. Misses the jumper. And so it's Smart. He'll bring up the ball for the Grizzlies. Trailing by 4. Outside for Pippen. To the inside. Edey misses the baby hook. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second team foul.
The first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Already growing a reputation as one of the game's most notorious trash talkers, Edwards is just having fun out there.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
You know, important for him to come through at the line there because they want to expand that lead.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. .26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Smart misses. And they go to the intentional foul.
His third personal foul. Third team foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're down by 7. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
There's 21 seconds left in the game. Outside Conley. And so Minnesota takes the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kevin, with Julius Randle. And Julius, you get it done at multiple ends. Where has your focus been in terms of approach?
Just taking what the defense gives me. I'm a lot more patient, let the game come to me. Don't really try to force things as much. You know, sometimes I get out of character, but just try my hardest to let the game come to me the most.
Well, you were a big part of the win tonight, Julius. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Much appreciated, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.